What's up guys, Gold Magikarp here, bringing you my first guide on how to tackle the Grandmaster Nightfalls. This week's Nightfall is Fallen Saber, which is on the more tedious side than some of the others this season. For our team compilation, we ran 2 Shade Binders, as stasis turrets are so broken at the moment, and a banner shield with Ursa's, which refunds your supers based on how much damage you take. You don't have to take this exact team into Grandmaster, as Revenant Hunters are the best for close range combat, Middle Tree Dawnblade is the best supporting class, and Middle Tree Stormcaller is a solid option for burst damage. For our weapon loadout, we ran 3 hand cannons, as you'll see in this video how much the Overload captains like to blink around, 2 anti-barrier scouts to deal with servitors, 1 blinding truth teller to help control the packed rooms, and to no one's shock, 3 anarchies, which has been super busted this season thanks to the new perk Breach and Clear, which increases damage by 35% to enemies hit by a grenade launcher. To clarify, what we ran was 1 kinetic hand cannon paired with the truth teller, and 1 void and arc to deal with each shield type. If you don't have anarchy, you will have wrist runner, which makes you a great ad clearing tank due to all the arc damage in the strike. Let's go over some key mods you want to lean towards. Obviously you want anti-barrier and overload, as well as any scavengers and reserves based on the weapons you decide to run. You can also have grenade launcher reload if you're the one running truth teller. For me, I like to run take and charge and shield breaker charge as my ways to gain charges, as well as powerful friends and radiant light to give charges to my teammates when I both receive a charge and cast my super. And I run protective light as my mod to spend the charges, as when I get low on health it reduces the damage taken by 50%. You can run high energy fire, which increases your damage, but it doesn't stack with Breach and Clear, which has been the best perk since Oppressive Darkness was a thing. Concussive Dampener also helps you not get one shot from grenades and fallen ship turrets. Now that you're prepared for the Nightfall, let's get into it. When you load in, jump on your Sparrow and skip past all the boats. When you reach the next area, your screen will go dark. It's important not to rush in there, as the Warsat will land on you, taking away one of your revives. This encounter can give teams a lot of trouble, but if you pace the fight, it becomes a lot easier to deal with the ads. Start by scanning the Warsat and standing in the circle. You'll see a number that slowly goes up. This represents the percentage until the encounter completes, and will only go up if a fire team member is standing in the circle. When you see the ship fly in, move to the cliffs at the back and shoot down its turrets. You can tell you're hitting it when the front part is flashing white. Once the turret is down, you can move in closer to deal with the ads. When the circle hits 35%, an Overload champion will spawn. If you don't leave the circle now, the next wave will spawn in while you're dealing with the first one, and it can get messy quickly. Another thing to keep in mind are these orange health marauders. They're next to impossible to see, and they'll put you in the dirt in the heartbeat. Them and the champions are the only ones that really get into your face, so call them out whenever you spot them. Once the second wave spawns in, which is when the circle's at 38%, head down to where the first wave was, and either stay back or shoot down the turrets again. If there are any ads alive from the first wave, because someone stayed in the circle, I suggest heading where you came into the place initially, but that won't be an issue if your team gets out of the circle before 38%. The only enemies that give you a tough time during this wave are the snipers, that push the rock platform to your right at the start of the wave. Once you clear them, you can stand on the plate till it hits 50%, which spawns in an anti-barrier servitor. Do what you need to do to kill it, then clear out anything left over. Once the circle hits 75%, head back to the cliffs where you were for the first wave, as the third wave works pretty similar to the first one. Just note, if you don't kill the champion before the circle hits 100%, you'll mess up your rewards. Once you've completed the Warsat, you can now enter the bunker. This encounter has some pretty toxic moments, with marauders returning in greater numbers, but thankfully only with melee weapons, exploding shanks getting up in your grill, 4 overload captains, and an anti-barrier that protects the snipers at the back. This is where the stasis turret becomes super handy. Start with the exploding shanks, then watch out for any orange health marauders pushing you from the left and right. Don't be afraid to use any super or heavy to burn them down. Be mindful of the snipers, as they do about 99% of your health from one shot. Once that is done, you can either burn down the anti-barrier or break his shield / freeze him to remove his tether so you can shoot down the snipers. I suggest leaving the overload till last. You don't have to, but killing it spawns in 4 sniper shanks and an overload captain that will push you and dance around you with the enthusiasm of a madman. Once you've cleared the room, head down to the other side and open the vent. This will spawn in the second wave, which has more snipers and exploding shanks, more orange health marauders, and 2 overload captains, which you save for last. And like I said before, supers and heavies are always a go-to in this room. The arc beam encounter can catch people off guard, but is quite quick and easy, especially if you know how to play Frogger. The first thing you want to do is kill the snipers down the end, then send 2 players down there. 1 player runs the arc ball back to the starting location, 1 stays in the middle in case the person with the ball dies and takes over, and the last player stays at the start and kills the adds that spawn there. Once you understand the movement of the arc beams and where the adds will be, it's quite a simple encounter. The next room is pretty ad heavy and is a great place to use your super. Make sure to clear any adds you see before heading into the room. There will be an overload captain on the back staircase, and once you kill him, an anti-barrier will spawn, and once you kill that guy, 2 more overloads will spawn. Next up is the second last room, and will destroy you if you just run in there. Make sure you kill everything you can before heading down the hallway. This includes the anti-barrier servitor that again is protecting 2 orange health snipers. Once you clear them, there will be more adds around the corner to the left, which includes 3 more overload champions, which I find easy if you have a stasis turret up, or chaining anarchy between them and shooting them over and over with a hand cannon. Congratulations, you made it to the boss room. This fight is fairly straightforward, and to spawn the boss in, clear out the shanks and the servitors. I find the best place to take cover is by the left staircase or the little box in the middle. Once the boss spawns, attach 2 anarchy shots onto Saber, and when he loses a quarter of his health, he will teleport and become immune. You now have more cover on the left, but be careful of everything pulsing arc, as getting too close to them will kill you. Clear out all the shanks first, then the anti-barrier, and this will make Saber return to the fight. Again, attach 2 anarchy shots onto Saber, and he'll lose another quarter health. Be careful of the boss, as he now has a 1-shot sniper. He will teleport and become immune again, and another anti-barrier servitor will spawn. 2 sniper shanks also spawn, and if you don't kill them quickly, they'll reach the servitor and become immune, until you either freeze or break the servitor's shield, but sometimes you get lucky and they wander off. Clear out the anti-barrier again, and this will spawn Saber to the fight. Again, attach 2 anarchy shots onto Saber, and watch out for exploding shanks. When Saber reaches his last quarter health, he loses his weapons and instead chases you around wherever you go, killing you if he gets near. Just keep anarchy on him, watching out for any arcs sparking around the field, and let your anarchy finish him off. Well, that's it guys. As you do more and more GMs, you'll pick up on the pattern, and it'll become like riding a bike. I'm going to be starting to put out GM guides as of this week, so if you enjoyed this video and you like Destiny content, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. This is Gold Magikarp signing out. Blip blip blip.